very soon. I'm leaving quite early tomorrow morning. Undercover, baby, is what you ask of me. Soon I'll be disguised. Shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Give me a ride. I'm going far beyond where the sun sets. Dear, I'm no longer scared. The glow brings me comfort. I'm filled with light. Tiptoe dance with me through the shadow play. Moon, I'm on my way. Shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Give me a ride. I'm going far beyond where the sun sets. Shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Give me a ride. I'm going far beyond where the sun sets. Show your tail in the night. Keep it glowing steady and bright. Shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Now give me a ride. I'm going far beyond where the sun sets. Shooting star, I'm without a safety net. Give me a ride. I'm going far beyond where the sun sets.
All right, I'm working on cleaning up a bunch of this boneyard that's been laying around here. As you can see, we had a bunch of those windows that we pulled out of the cabin. Well, those have gone to the greenhouse. There's a couple left over here that are broken, so I'm gonna smash those up and get rid of them. There's a couple that are still good. Those will go up into the top of the shop in case Dee wants to do something else with them. Door is starting to be a little worse for the wear, so I think that one's going away too. We'll check with Dee though. Just cleaning up some of the junk that's been laying around. You know, got a pallet of some metal stuff. Tired of looking at it when I drive in the driveway. Boneyards are great, but as we're cleaning up and clearing out on these projects, time to start sorting and getting rid of some of it. You want us to put you in one of those there, Jasper? So I went through the dump today before we went to Lowe's, and the aluminum windows that were broken, I had broken the glass up, threw that away. And then I went to recycle the frames that were around because they're made of aluminum, and was throwing them away in a little bit of tin that we had. And there was a couple of these guys sitting in the metal recycle bin on top, and I looked at the guy that worked there and I said, "Hey, do you mind if I grab those?" I'm not typically one to grab stuff out of the dump, but I mean, these are like, looks like maybe somebody got some critters, decided they didn't want them and chucked them in the dump. So the small cage over there has a price tag on it of $129. I don't know how much the big one is, but Dee Dee's been talking about maybe experimenting with bunnies. Hey, buddy. So either we'll stick this guy in it, or we'll or we'll get some buddies maybe in the future. So couldn't pass it up. I went ahead and snagged them, threw them in the back, and we'll stick them up in the top of the pole barn for now. Keep a thank you. We'll stick them up in the top of the pole barn, and maybe have some bunnies coming down the pipeline in the future.
Wow.
It's bright out here, huh?
That's super bright.
Well, it's time. We're looking at some colors for painting the house. So what are you thinking about colors?
I've pondered it a lot over the last few years, especially in the last year. And I think we're gonna go green. Yeah. I think green would look really nice on the cabin. And I don't want to get too crazy with the colors because the roof is so light. And it's so bright. So I'm thinking like a lighter, silverier kind of green, like in the sagey kind of green color in that realm. And then we are in fact going to paint the bottom, the foundation that is we did with Top and Bond. We're going to paint that, and I think we're going to go pretty dark on that. So yeah, that's kind of where we're leaning, and we will show you guys some of the colors that we are contemplating. Maybe even weigh in the comments what you guys think about the color scheme. Yeah, so what we're going to do is, I've made the mistake in the past of looking at a color on a little thing and coming home and being like, yeah, I still like that. And then I order, 5-gallon buckets of it, paint the entire house, and I'm like, wow, that was way brighter and way bluer than I thought it was gonna be. So while I still liked the color, it was a little much. So anyway, this time we are going to order up quartz, and I'm gonna do like an entire strip, so you can see it in progression with the roof, then the house color, and then the foundation color, and kind of see how everything looks before we make any major decisions. Because once we paint the entire house, I do not want to paint it again, and I do not want to dislike the color that we painted it. So I always tend to go a little severe on the colors because I like color. But then when you blow that up over an entire house, it's kind of like, wow, I should have dialed that back a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna try and not have that happen this time.
All right, we are back in the greenhouse. Got our 55-gallon drum. I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with water to help retain some of the heat throughout the evening into the night. So this will be kind of a thermal battery bank that will continue to give off overnight because it'll be full of water, which cools a lot faster than the air around it. So between a heater in here and this in here, I think we'll be sitting pretty good. So we decided to take a little walk, and here goes Oliver. He joined us for it. I have the feeling Jasper's probably sitting on the porch waiting for us to get back.
He's lazy.
Is it just me, or is it hard to agree with what you're trying to explain? I don't mind feather wings, no diamond rings, but that's not how you get to me, no. We could sit in the shade, talk till late, and then we'll see. We can go for walks, stroll down the city park, and maybe, just maybe, sweet delivery is never guaranteed, no matter the place or time. Oh, I like when you're whispering and really listening. Not too much fuss, so keep it easy. We could sit in the shade, talk till late, and then we'll see. We can go for walks, stroll down the city park.
Ah, just as we suspected.
I came over here with the tractor and I'm like rolling along, and all of a sudden my front tire's like goosh. And I was like, wow, did I find a sinkhole? Or what's the situation? Oh crap.
You did.
I'm trying to keep my boot on. Anyway, apparently I did find a sinkhole of sorts. It's actually a spring popping up right here, which is why my tractor tire just about got completely eaten by it. What are you gonna do?
So these rabbit cages that we rescued from the dump, I think we're actually going to clean them up, use the bottoms for growing salad greens in, and then the tops we're actually going to use over here for something funny. So the greenhouse isn't quite sealed up well enough at the moment for that little heater to keep up. It's still too cold out. So we're actually going to make a little mini greenhouse out of the top of this with the heater in there, and keep these little guys warm, kind of in their in-between stage.
Exciting stuff.
You want to tell me about the greenhouse in a greenhouse?
This is a greenhouse in a greenhouse. The greenhouse isn't sealed up tight. There's lots of air leaks and stuff. I still have a lot of weather stripping and caulking to do. So we needed to move the seedlings out here though as they started to sprout, because I just don't have room in the house for them. So we made this fabulous greenhouse in a greenhouse. And we have a little heater under there that kicks on when it starts getting cold at night. I think it was 28 when we got up this morning. So they definitely need a source of heat at night. But it's working beautifully, if I do say so myself.